Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in today. We're going to be taking a look at how to list things using templates on eBay. And a template is basically just a structure you can use if you have multiple things that are similar. Maybe they're all selling in the same category. You can create a single template, fill in the missing information on the template, and then list your item, and you'll still have that template to use over and over again for multiple listings in similar categories. And today we're going to be selling some of those electronic parts that I won at the last auction that I was bidding on. And hopefully we get some sales out of that. I have sold one thing out of that so far. So that one thing actually paid for the entire lot of electronic parts. So everything after that is just Profitville. So that's great. So let's take a look at how to sell things using a template on eBay. Okay, let's start from the listing page to get our first item listed. And remember, we're going to be listing similar things using a template today. So what I want you to do first is go up to where it says sell in the upper right corner, and you're going to be clicking on this link here. And almost every eBay page has a sell link up at the top. Over here it says create listing. And we're going to create a single listing. Don't worry about these two over here right now. These are these are two videos right here on these two things. So we're going to do right here a single listing. And then you can say, tell us what you're selling. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to be creating templates. And you see that I've already created templates over here for some of my more popular things that I've been selling lately. And so we're going to be working on one called electronic parts. So we're going to first show you how to create a template. So you click that button, My Templates, create a new template. It's another blue button over on the right. And then you can give it a name. I'm going to call this electronic parts 2 so it doesn't get confused with any other ones. This is a spot for photos. Now it seems unlikely that your photos would be all the same for the different things that you're selling, so you'll probably be leaving this empty. As well as the item title, because I imagine every item you're going to have is going to have a different title to it. This one right here says custom label SKU. That's just a spot where you can put information that maybe will help you find the item once you sell it. I have everything in locations in different bins. You see I put them in here before. So I have these different bins that I keep, especially my smaller parts in and smaller items that I'm selling. And then, or I'll put them on a specific shelf for one. This one's called remote box. I have a bunch of remote controls I sell too as well. So you can put any information in there that might help you along the way. The buyer doesn't see it. It's only for your use. When you do sell it, you'll see this information. So when I sell something, I can go and take a look at it and say, oh, it's in this location. The category is very important. You need to select a category that you're going to sell it on eBay. So I'm going to go with electronic parts. And you see here comes one that I could use here. Other electronic equipment and supplies. And then it'll put it in a category. If you have an eBay store, you can go ahead and select a category to put it in that will group it into your store. So I actually have an electronics, the wrong one here, electronic parts category. And then the brand, if the brand of all the things that you're selling are the same brand, mine are not, they're all different brands, you can enter that information here. Same thing with the MPN, that's the manufacturer's part number. And then each part will have its own. So these two things are going to be required. So if it doesn't have one, you can put in something like does not apply or something like that. This is other information that you can put in here that will help customers find your product. The condition can be new or used. And if you're not sure what kind of condition it's in, mine are all new, luckily I can just select new for that. But you can click that button with the three dots next to it, and it'll describe here what they all are. There's new all the way down to parts for not or not working. So you select what you're going to use. I would be selecting new, and then you can put in the description here, whatever. If you want to leave it blank because each item's going to have a different description, that's fine. Or sometimes I put in like something that would be common to all of them. And then I would add more information later on for each individual item. I'm going to be selling this buy it now rather than an auction. The pricing I'll leave blank because all mine will be different prices. I also have different quantities. Like some of these things are in groups of 5, or I might have a lot of 12 items. I'll put that information later. If they're all the same for you, of course, you can put in, like if you have everything is going to be in groups of 10, or you have 10 in your inventory, you would put that number here. It says quantity, but really it means inventory. You can allow offers on people. I typically turn this off because what happens if someone makes you an offer, it takes it off of eBay. No one else can buy it until that offer expires, which is 2 days. If they don't respond to your counter offer or, you accepting it, it's going to take it off there. So I usually just take this off here. You can schedule your listings for the future date. You can schedule for next week or another day. There's good reasons to do that. That's actually another video as well too. You select a shipping policy. If you happen to know what it is, if they're all under, let's say, £1, you could say first class, or if they're bigger than that, you can maybe say small flat rate box. So let's say that everything's going to go in a small flat rate box. I don't know what the weight would be, but let's say, you could put in, let's say, 1 pound. And then over here, you can put in package dimensions. I don't know what the dimensions of a small flat rate box are. It's something like 4 by 6 by 2 or something like that. You could put those dimensions in there as well. You need that information. Even though this is optional, you're going to want it because when you go to sell it, it makes things a lot easier. Also, it will put in if you're charging for shipping, having the weight in there and these dimensions will give the customer accurate shipping. Otherwise, it could be all over the place. So over here is payment. So it's going to be the eBay managed payment. If it's not, you would need to edit that. You can check that there. And then you'd hit save template, and then it would be saved right there for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and see if I can use this. So let's say I created this one here, the electronic parts. So I come back to my templates, and then when you go over here to edit, you don't want to click edit because then you'll just be editing the template you just created. You go to the little downward button next to it. These are called ninja buttons, and you click on that. You can either edit it, delete it, make a duplicate copy of it, or create listings. So now you're going to be using that template to create a listing. So here is my blank one, and the first thing to do is going to ask you to upload some photos. So I just happen to have some photos ready for this project. So I'm going to drop those photos right here. And it doesn't put them necessarily in the order you want. I want this one over here to be first. This will be the one that everyone sees first, and then these will be other images here. I actually made pictures of the description, I guess, from the website that this part came from. And I uploaded those here so people could click on them and see the description of what the specifications of this part is. It's not really interesting. This part is some kind of a light sensor. You use it. I'm not sure what purpose. You could use it for whatever you need to, I suppose, but I'm not sure what its actual purpose is. But it is some kind of a light or infrared sensor. And then you would put the title here. And let's see if I have the title handy for you. That would be... This one right here is the QT line sensor. So let me put that in here. There, and there's the part number. You can put that in there too. You can actually add the word circuit board or something like that to it as well. We'll move down here to the bin. This is going to go into bin GR5. And I already have, see, this is already selected. It's in the right category in my store. The brand is going to be, here, look, I have her here. It's Parallax. All right, I love it. I love the names of these things. So let's see if it'll show up here. And if it doesn't show up, you just have to hit enter on the keyboard and it'll show up there. The part number is right up there. It's 550-27401. Now, you can put this other information in here if you happen to know what it is. I don't know what it is. We'll go here. There's no variations. Like I said, that's a whole nother video just dealing with variations. That's usually used for like if you have something like clothing, like t-shirts or something, and you have them in different sizes. Each one of those sizes is a variation. My condition I already selected as new. And then I was grabbing the description here from this fact sheet on the product, and I'm going to paste that in there. Okay, the buy it now price. I looked at these. I mean, they sell for $9.30. So you don't want to, I mean, in my opinion, people are looking for a bargain out here. So hopefully you can sell them in groups or something along that line. So I'm going to put them in as $7. And my quantity is 11. So put 11 in there. And then I'm going to leave offers off. Volume pricing is fine. I can turn that on. And if you buy two, you'll say 2 or more, you'll save 10%. If you buy 3, you get 15%, and so forth. You can set these to whatever you want them to be. And I'm going to let it go immediately. I'm not going to schedule it for the future. It's going to go first class calculated. I have 8 ounces in here because I didn't know what some of these parts were. So I'm just going to put down, it's pretty light. I'll put just 4 ounces, including the packaging. This is the size of the envelope. It's going into a padded envelope. And then I have my other settings here. And these are some, well, one of these is a new thing. You can get, use your regular promoted listings. And then they have a new thing. It's called Advanced. It says it gives you 50% more sales. And I have to tell you, I just started using this with a few of these, and I've been selling them a lot faster. So I'm actually going to turn them both on for this. Even though this is a fairly inexpensive part, I'm hoping someone's going to see it and buy them all. That's going to be my hope right there. And then you just click list it. Now, I can usually zip through these a lot faster than this. It just takes more time to explain it. So actually the process goes a lot faster if you have all your information ready. And then from this point, I would just click on create a new listing. It'll take you back here, go to your templates, and you start the process over again. So that is, in a nutshell, how to use templates on eBay. Before, I was using a product called InkFrog. And I actually posted a couple of videos on how to use InkFrog. It's a good product and everything. But since they've improved the template page and the listing page for eBay, I'm rethinking whether or not I need to keep spending money every month to have InkFrog. So that's how you would use a template to list things on eBay, everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I always read my comments and answer the questions the best I can. I've been doing this for a long time, since 1999. I've seen a lot of iterations of eBay and how the systems work. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'll do my best to try and answer your questions. And of course, thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my channel.